Мерси, Тео. Както виждаме, колкото по-на изток отиваме, толкова от една страна нещата изглеждат песимистични или трудни, от друга страна обаче предоставят възможности, които все още не сме осъществили и предстоят. Сега давам думата на адвокат Деница Lyubenova, основателя на правната програма на младежка ЛГБТ Организация Действие, която води делото на Лили и Дари, видеото, което видяхме в началото на нашия форум, а и също така делото на Кристина и Мариама, за да разкаже повече за тях и също така за последиците от случая Коман.
I'm gonna speak in English. Hi, my name is Denitza, and I'm gonna first actually, because everybody is asking why the freedom of movement, why love moves. When we started thinking about this, it's already maybe 3 years ago, we didn't know about the common case. Nobody heard about the common case because Accept Romania was keeping it a secret because it was dangerous for them spreading the news in Romania, and it went viral just a little bit before the decision of the Court of Justice of the EU. And it was back then we saw this. The free movement, we saw it as the only way for Bulgaria to move, for us as Bulgarians, as part of Bulgaria, to move forward the law because of the EU law supremacy over our law. And when we kept on working on this, then suddenly in June 2018, we got the decision on the common case saying that spouse also includes the same-sex spouse of the person, of the member of the family. And this meant a lot for everybody in the LGBT movement all around Europe, and especially for those countries that does not have any equal rights legislation except of the Equality Act as it is in Bulgaria. And what it means, in simple words, what it means, the common case judgment, what it means for Bulgaria, what it means for every country is we are obliged to, by the EU law, to apply it. We don't need an implementation. We don't need an additional court decision to implement it in our legislation, Bulgarian legislation. We have the decision, and the court system and administration is obliged to implement and to use it as a law already. And having said this, I'm gonna stand up because I'm gonna tell you a personal story, and it's just out of respect. I'm gonna get down just to be on the level of everybody. You saw the video of Christina and Mariama, and I'm gonna tell you the story of Christina and Mariama. And it's a very simple story which can show you very easily what love moves means and what the free movement means. Christina and Mariama have been together for 14 years. In 2016, they decided to move and live in Bulgaria. They went to the migration department. Mariama, as a French citizen, registered herself in the migration, and as a French citizen, as an EU citizen, she got her prolonged residency in Bulgaria. And Christina, as her partner and as her family member, a person that she's legally married to in France, also got her residency permit. This was December 2016. And in the permit, you could see that it's the right to residency of Christina is based on the 2004 Free Movement Directive of the EU. It was only December 2017 when Christina went to prolong her residency. She went to the immigration department and she delivered the same documents with the same marriage certificate, and she asked for her residency to be prolonged. And it was the gender hysteria that was spreading around Bulgaria, around the Istanbul Convention that you all heard about. And then the migration said, no, you're no longer allowed to reside in Bulgaria. Then Christina and Mariama, coming from a Western country, of course they already had bought property in Bulgaria. They started living their life fully in Bulgaria. And it was on them to decide whether to go away or to fight. So they decided to fight. And they complained against the decision of the migration department. And it was June 2018, end of June 2018, right after the common case judgment, when our administrative court in Sofia said, yes, you have the right to fully reside in Bulgaria, based on the Free Movement Directive of the EU. You are spouses and we're gonna accept you as spouses. But that's the most incredible decision that we as lawyers read. It was amazing. It was the first time a court was recognizing same-sex marriage, even though it was concluded in a foreign country. But that's not the end of the story. That's the story that you saw in the video. And the story goes very sad. It was the migration department decided that they're going to complain against the decision of the first instance court, because you see our family code and our constitution limits marriage as such concluded between a man and a woman, and therefore they're not obliged to recognize their marriage. And so they complained against the first instance court, and we have the court case will be listened before the Supreme Court in May 2019. But meanwhile, what is happening is Christina was going outside the country. She needed for family reasons, she needed to leave the country for a week or two. And she already had problems going outside the country. Then when she was coming back, I was asked by Mariama, I was asked by Mariama to go with her to the airport in order to wait for Christina, because they were expecting troubles. We went together to the airport, and everybody from the airplane was safely and calmly entering the country, while Christina was put aside and she wasn't allowed to enter the country anymore. She was asked to go outside of the line in a separate room, and she was questioned. She happily had some letters from me as her lawyer to explaining the situation. And then I was sitting outside with Mariama, who was crying, and then I was called by the police officer inside, and I went to Christina. She was crying. Everybody was crying, and the police officer said, "Okay, I'm not here to provoke you. I'm not here to be your opposer. I'm not here to be your enemy. I'm here to help you. So let's sit and let's find a way how to get these two people again together." So in the middle of the night, at 1 o'clock in the night, we sat down in the room of the police officer, of the border police officer, and we went through the court decision of the administrative court. We went through the common case decision of the ECJ. Then we went through the directive itself, and I'm not joking. We were sitting in this room for maybe an hour, and we were searching. So I was telling him that she has the full right, and he was like, "It's a written point." He said, "You know what? I'm gonna take all the responsibility, and even though I might get fired tomorrow, I don't care, because I believe that these two people have the right to fully reside in Bulgaria, and I'm gonna stand behind them." So this is the story, and what I wanted to add, is it was very passionate story for me, and it was very touching, but it was also a story that was together with other story was shifting social acceptance and was shifting hearts and minds, and that's what, except the legal changes that we're all fighting for, we also need the personal stories told by the people themselves. Thank you.